As the Southern California wildfires continue to burn, there is hope to soon rebuild, as the two largest fires, Palisades and the Eaton fire, are both close to full containment. For the Palisades fire, the fire was about 99% contained as of Monday evening. It had burned more than 14,000 acres and has damaged or destroyed nearly 12,000 structures. Most of those are homes.
Right, I know. It's devastating. For the Eaton fire, the fire was 95% contained as of last night. It has burned more than 23,400 acres, and officials have confirmed so far nearly 8,000 structures have been destroyed or damaged. At least 29 people have died. So to help us understand what work needs to be done in Los Angeles County, we have Josh Egbert here from the American Red Cross. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Where do we begin? Because I look at the photos that I've seen, it is such devastation. What are people doing right now to start the rebuilding process?
Well, obviously right now our main concern, our main focus is to make sure that people have a safe place to go. So many have been evacuated, so many are not able to get back in even to the evacuation zone. So our main focus right now is to make sure that they do have that safe place to go. You know, a warm blanket, food, things like that. So that's our main focus. And then once we're able to get into some of these neighborhoods to assess the damage, then we'll see what the needs are moving forward. But you know, we have more than 500 volunteers still in California right now, and we're going to be there for many more weeks and months to come, because if you think about after a hurricane, for instance, you can maybe get into your home after a couple of weeks. If there's a wildfire, there's no home to go back to. So some of these families don't have anywhere to go. So that right now is the main focus of what our volunteers are out there doing.
Yeah, but I want to talk about the volunteers, because of course the need is great. But you say, 12 of our own Coloradans have taken the time, totally volunteered, 2 weeks. They're in LA, helping with the rebuilding and the recovery. But like, what is that like for them? How do you support them in that emotional, strain that they're dealing with?
You know, it is one of those, because you're trying to help those that have just gone through one of the worst things ever in their lives. It could be one of the worst things ever. And our volunteers go out there, they know what they're getting into. They know what they're going out there for. But, even after seeing the devastation, even after seeing and talking to some of these families, it can take an emotional toll on those volunteers as well. And so, we at the Red Cross, we encourage our volunteers, our staff, anybody who needs somebody to call, a helpline that we have set up with the Red Cross. And so they're able to talk with trained medical volunteers as well, to find out how do they cope with this,
right?
Really truly, because they see some of the worst devastation,
right?
And they hear these stories of, just incredible sorrow. And so, not only are they helping, but we're also helping those volunteers as well, even if it's just a simple text of, hey, how's it going today?
Right.
Or a phone call in the evening. How are you doing?
And your volunteers, as you said, they go for 2-week stints, all walks of life, all ages, and they really are doing some really tough work, whether they prepare themselves or not. I can only imagine what they must be witnessing in that testimony. But how long, you said earlier, and it really struck me, and of course, I know this, but you don't have a house to go back to.
Right.
So how long, considering how many structures have burned, how long do you think that we're going to see somewhat normalcy in Los Angeles again, where things are rebuilt?
Well, I can tell you that the Red Cross will be there until we're not needed anymore, until the last person has somewhere to go within our shelters, until that last person finds that home. And we, with the Red Cross, we're working with, local agencies to find temporary housing, to, work with these families so they do have somewhere to go as well. But we will be there. I mean, we look at Hurricanes Milton and Helene, we're still out there.
Right.
We're still in Florida and North Carolina and Tennessee, helping these families. So we will be in California, we'll be assisting these families to make sure that, that they can go forward when everything is finally settled down and we can start to rebuild.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning Hurricanes Milton and Helene,
right?
Because in our news cycle, it's like, what's the latest natural disaster? And they happen on top of each other sometimes.
And that's one thing, people don't really think about is, like I said, we're still out there. Our volunteers, we just deployed a couple more volunteers the other day, to assist. And so they're out there, they're continuing that work. We're going to be out there till, again, everybody has a safe place to go.
Amazing.
Glad for you guys.
Yeah.
Truly.
Doing God's work. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, guys.
And if you would like to help the American Red Cross, you can go ahead and scan that QR code. You can also text California Wildfires, CA Wildfires, to 90999.